Hey, Weather Weenies, if you saw the sunrise this morning, it was totally that like red sky morning weenies take warning type of a thing. Let me give you a quick summary of what's going on, and then I want to get right into the details of today. Traffic impacts, like road travel type of impacts and what have you, because it's kind of wishy-washy what's going to happen, but the real bad part of the storm arrives tonight. All right, so in summary, a major early spring storm moves into the region beginning today, starting light across southern New Hampshire with rain and snow. The system overtakes the remainder of the forecast area with heavy snow later tonight with significant double-digit accumulations for many places through Thursday. Also need you to know we have strong gusty winds that are going to exacerbate travel and tree impacts, while long easterly fetch will build seas and combine with the tide to produce minor and moderate coastal flooding. I know some of you have asked about that, and I said, yeah, there's definitely some minor coastal flooding impacts there, mainly south of Portland. The snow showers are going to linger through the weekend before this thing really gets out of here, so let's dive into some details. So the good news that I can start off with is if you think you're traveling anywhere today on Wednesday, throughout most of the day and the sun is up, travel should be okay. Because the combination of high April sun plus warm surface temperatures, it's in the 30s and 40s out there, will limit most, if not all, snow accumulations to be primarily over non-paved surfaces with little impact to travel until this evening. All right, so here's the lay of the land now. We can see the rain in southwestern New England here. As we start to step through 14Z, 15Z, 16Z, so this is noon. This is where we're starting to see some of those showers. This is 1 o'clock. So things are finally starting to move into the south and western parts here of Vermont and to New Hampshire. And we do see this overspread, but notice it's not very thin, right? Like we even see some dry areas. It's not really thick. This is, and you can look at the colors and see is it blue, is it pink, is it purple to determine if you're going to be getting snow for blue, sleet is the purple, pink is the freezing rain, which we don't see much of, which is great. And the green is just rain. So as we play through this, it's really light and kind of sporadic. So here we are going all the way out to 23Z. That's 7 p.m. And so this is also when sun sets, and this is when there's going to be a little bit of a turning point. And you see how thick and how heavy this gets right after that? That's when things change. So here's where things get interesting because this is after dark and we can see how thick this fills in. And you see the amount of snow that's in here and how thick this is, how dark blue this is. Seeing some areas of sleet in lower and southern elevations and then rain definitely even further south as we go. But as we click through this here, it's just, these areas that are supposed to be getting a lot of snow, you can see why, and you can see where the questions are out in western Massachusetts because there is just a little bit of a mix and a combination that happens here. So Thursday's the day when you see snow flurries start falling today and go, this is it. This is our winter storm. No, just wait. This is Thursday. And here we are at 12Z. So this is early Thursday morning, 8 a.m. And it is snow in a lot of places. And not only that, it is wet and heavy snow. And the snow continues and continues. And what's going to be extra interesting is here we are into Friday. This little low is going to make a bit of a loop around here. And this is why the snowfall totals in this storm are going to be so much higher than other ones. Because as this loops around, it just gives us kind of another day of snow. Now, the Friday snow is not going to be nearly as heavy or as impactful as Thursday's, but that's just going to be the icing on the cake. And honestly, those flurries are going to continue into Saturday evening when we're finally like, can you please stop? And those accumulations, if we take a look at the HRRR forecast model, we can see that during the day the accumulations are really shallow. But once that the sun goes away and the heavy snow picks up, those accumulations really take off. So here we are actually looking at snow depth, and you see that here we go, this is end of the day Thursday, just starting to see some snow in the higher elevations, and watch what happens once it gets dark. there's the difference. So let's hit a few spots. This is Concord. Temperatures are going to, actually be up near 40, but then they are going to drop tonight. Winds are slowly going to increase. Have the chances of rain kind of picking up throughout the afternoon and evening, but the accumulating snow really not beginning until after it gets dark, continuing on, probably looking at like a foot of snow for you guys. Wind speeds are definitely going to be gusty on Thursday, reaching pretty close to 45 miles an hour. Right, if you're in Portland, Maine, similar story where, it's going to warm up and the winds are slowly increasing, chances of rain picking up. Definitely the switch over for you because you're so much further east isn't going to be until closer to midnight tonight. But then that snow picks up, it switches over here. Probably looking at 6 to 8-ish inches of snow, winds gusting up into the 50s, maybe getting some rain on the backside of this. Boston area, this just isn't a snow event for you. It's just going to be too warm. Winds picking up, highest winds gusting right around 45 miles an hour. Thursday morning, seeing lots of rain and it tapering off here Thursday into Friday. You might see some snow mixed with rain at times in Boston as it comes down, but nothing's going to be accumulating. Fitchburg, Mass. The rain starts early. The winds pick up really, really getting actually quite high into the mid 50s at times. Seeing some snow here. Not going to be a whole lot of accumulating snow for you. More rain snow mix here overnight, and the snow you do get is going to be happening on Thursday morning. Pittsfield, Mass. It's already wet. Winds gusting into the mid 50s here overnight. Seems like the mid and early parts of the evening are going to be the strongest winds. Changing over to snow, but a lot of mixing happening. Rutland, Vermont, it's warm. Winds are going to be increasing up into the right around 50. More rain earlier than we're seeing in some other places, but it is going to switch to snow tomorrow. Don't worry, it's coming. St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Temperatures are warm right now. They are going to be dropping a little bit of rain in the beginning, but with your northern-ish stuff in the elevation, definitely going to be seeing more snow. Snow forever. Winds gusting to right around 40. Bangor, it's warm now. Temperatures are in the mid 40s. Don't worry, they're going to drop. Winds are slowly going to pick up to about 40. Snow starting here in the overnight hours. May get a switch here at the end on Thursday night. And if you're one of my boos way up in Caribou, warm today, it's fine. This really doesn't begin for you on Thursday with how far away you are from where I'm located. So temperatures near freezing, snow increasing, switching to rain. This doesn't look like it's going to be a huge snowmaker for you at this time. If you're south of any of those areas that I've covered, it's rain. Maybe some mixed in flurries, maybe some mixed in sleet, but generally speaking, rain. All right, so here we have snowfall forecasts if you are in the Caribou, Maine office area. Snowfall forecasts for all of New Hampshire and southern Maine. Here we see Vermont and a little bit of New York. Southern New England snowfall, so definitely more of an impact for northern Mass and the western sides. As for flooding concern, red gauges are where we're expecting minor flood stage. Red gauges are where we're expecting moderate flood stage. So the moderate ones really are just reserved for the most southern parts of New England. And we've only kind of touched on the potential hazards for this. I mean, snowfall rates are going to really pick up. We're going to have wet, heavy snow to the south with high winds. It's going to cause tree limbs to come down and power outages. We're going to have lighter, fluffy snow in the middle sections of New England and like the northern parts where that light, fluffy snow is going to blow around with those high winds. And we're going to have blizzard-like conditions. So digest this, and I'll post another update where we can go through more because there's a lot of information.